to the another audit revision series. Now today we are going to do the essay 300, as you all can see on my screen. And yes, one more thing, if you like it, please don't forget to give the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. So yes, let's begin without wasting our time. So first of all, what is the name of this essay? Essay 300, the planning and audit of the financial statements. Okay, in that, firstly, what is the auditor's responsibility? The auditor have the responsibility in case of this essay during the recurring audits and during the initial audit. What is the recurring audits? That you have already done the audit of that client during the previous year, and now you are again doing the audit of the same client. And in initial audit engagement, you are doing the audit of that client for the first time. Okay, for that, additional considerations are separately identified, and that additional considerations are given here. Let's go to that first. So here, in additional consideration, if we are starting an initial audit engagement, then prior to start that initial audit engagement, we have to consider the requirement of the SA 220, that whether we can accept the audit of that client or not. And we have to communicate with the predecessor auditor about what, about the ethical requirements. Okay, yes, this was for the initial audit engagement. Now for the already we are auditing, that is recurring audit engagement. For that, we have to consider, in case of the recurring audit engagement, the preliminary activities, that is before beginning with the current engagement. Also here we have to see the requirement of SA 220, that whether we can continue the audit of that client or we cannot continue with the audit of that client, and comply with the ethical requirements. Okay, that also we will see in the SA 220 in that detail. Okay, and understand the terms of the engagement as per SA 210. That means before we start the recurring audit, we have to see SA 210 and 220, and before we start the additional initial audit engagement, we have to just look the SA 220. Okay, yes. So now, in while we are doing the planning, we have to involve whom we have to involve: the engagement partner who will conduct the audit, and the other key members of the team. While planning the audit, we have to include both of them, whom, engagement partner and other key member, while planning the audit. Okay, yes. Now next, in planning activities, here I divided the planning activities in the two parts. First is the audit strategy, and then a audit plan, right? For that, on audit strategy, why we do the audit strategy, why we make the audit strategy: to set the scope, timing and direction of the audit and guide for the plan. On the base of this audit strategy, we will make this plan. So for that, we have to firstly make the audit strategy. In that, what we have to see: the characteristics and the scope of the engagement, the report objectives, that what we have to communicate, with whom we have to make the communication, and the other significant factors like any litigation cases or etc., the factors which are significant for the audit. And if we are already conducting the audit, then their preliminary engagement results, that is, or we are conducting the audit of the client who belongs to the industry of which we had already done the audit during the previous years. So in that case, we have to see the preliminary engagement activities or their results, and the nature, timing and extent, that is NT of the audit procedures, right? Yes. And for the plan includes what? It includes the description of the nature, timing and extent of the risk assessment procedure as per SA 315, and nature, timing and extent of the further audit procedure as per SA 330, and the other audit procedure. Plan basically includes the procedures, and strategy basically includes the brief idea about the engagement. Plan includes all the procedures, that how we will conduct the audit. And if there is change in, here AS is the audit strategy, if there is any change in audit strategy, then we have to make changes in audit plan accordingly. And also, the engagement partner, or you can say the key member, have to look out the nature, timing and extent of the direction and supervision of the other team members. Okay, so we are done with the planning activities. Once let's go through the from the beginning. Firstly, auditor's responsibility regarding the recurring audit and initial audit. In recurring audit, you have to see the requirements of the SA 220 as SA 210, and in initial audit engagement, you have to see the requirement of the SA 220, and you have to communicate with the predecessor auditor. And while planning the audit, you have to involve the engagement partner and other key members. And while planning the activities, you have to include the audit strategy and audit plan. Audit strategy give the brief idea like characteristics and the scope, reporting objectives, significant factors, results of the preliminary engagement activities, nature, time and extent of the procedures. And plan include basically the procedures, FAP and other procedures. Okay, and if there is any change in audit strategy, we have to make change in audit plan accordingly, and we have to direct and supervise the team. Now three things, that is, this is the last part of this essay, that is documentation. We have to document three things, that is audit strategy, audit plan, and any other significant changes in this. As whatever we made the audit strategy, we have to document. Whatever audit plan was made, we have to document, and any changes there too, we also need to document the same. Okay, so this three parts of the essay: documentation, planning activities, and the general part. Okay, here we are completing the essay 300. So if you like it, give me the thumbs up. Thank you.